In this video, we'll reveal the top 5 biggest investors in the world, people who've not just built wealth but changed the way money moves globally. But how did they start? What made them so successful? How do they manage billions of dollars today, making decisions that affect the entire financial world? Most importantly, what lessons can you learn from their journey? And where are they placing their next bets? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how the world's top investors think, act, and grow their wealth. 5. Jim Simons. Why is Jim Simons ranked 5th among the world's biggest investors? Even though Jim Simons achieved some of the highest investment returns in financial history, he ranks 5th because his influence is more private and exclusive compared to global giants like Warren Buffett or Larry Fink. His legendary medallion fund is closed to outsiders, benefiting only a small group of insiders, making his financial impact massive, but not as public or widespread. How did Jim Simons get started? Unlike traditional investors, Simons began his career as a mathematician and codebreaker for the US government during the Cold War. He earned a PhD in mathematics from Berkeley and spent years as a professor before entering finance. In 1978, he founded Monometrics, which later became Renaissance Technologies, a firm focused on applying advanced mathematical models and computer algorithms to trading. How did he become successful? Simons became successful by pioneering quantitative investing. He and his team collected massive amounts of data, using it to identify hidden patterns in financial markets. His medallion fund delivered astonishing annual returns of 66% before fees, which remains unmatched. Unlike others, Simons didn't rely on market intuition. He trusted data, algorithms, and mathematical models. How does he manage his money and investments? Today, Simons' firm Renaissance Technologies manages over $130 billion, though the highly profitable medallion fund is reserved for employees. His team uses sophisticated algorithms and high-frequency trading to exploit small inefficiencies in markets. Personally, Simons focuses on philanthropy, donating billions through the Simons Foundation to support scientific research and education. What lessons can you learn from him? Jim Simons teaches us to think differently, rely on data, and build expert teams. Success comes from innovation and using science to solve problems in finance. What are his next moves? Now retired from trading, Simons dedicates his life to philanthropy, funding breakthroughs in mathematics, life sciences, and autism research, leaving a legacy beyond just wealth. 4. Ken Griffin. Why is Ken Griffin ranked at number 4 among the world's biggest investors? Ken Griffin earns the 4th spot because of his incredible influence on global markets through Citadel, one of the largest and most powerful hedge funds and market-making firms in the world. While he may not manage trillions like Larry Fink, Griffin's combination of hedge fund dominance and trading infrastructure makes him one of the most important figures in modern finance. His reach affects both Wall Street and Main Street, because Citadel Securities handles over 40% of US retail trading volume, giving him significant control over financial liquidity. How did Ken Griffin get started? Ken Griffin's story began during his time at Harvard University, where he famously started trading convertible bonds from his dorm room. He even installed a satellite dish on the roof to get real-time market data. His early trades were so successful that by the time he graduated in 1989, he had already attracted investors. After college, he launched Citadel in 1990 with just $4.6 million in seed money. His mathematical mindset and focus on risk management set the foundation for his future success. How did he become successful? Griffin built Citadel into a multi-strategy hedge fund capable of trading across equities, fixed income, commodities, and more. He focused on technology-driven investing and rapid execution, hiring top-tier talent in mathematics, computer science, and finance. During crises like the 2008 crash and the 2020 pandemic, Citadel not only survived but thrived, proving its resilience. Today, Citadel manages over $63 billion in assets, and its trading arm, Citadel Securities, became a dominant market maker, handling trillions in trades annually. How does Ken Griffin manage his money and investments? Griffin uses high-frequency trading, quantitative strategies, and complex risk management systems to run his funds. Citadel operates with real-time data analytics and algorithmic trading models, allowing it to profit from small market inefficiencies. Personally, Griffin has diversified into real estate, art, and philanthropy, building one of the world's largest art collections and donating hundreds of millions to education and culture. What lessons can you learn from Ken Griffin? Griffin's career teaches the value of starting early, embracing technology, and managing risk aggressively. He shows that success in finance comes from innovation, adaptability, and precision execution. What are his next moves? Ken Griffin continues to expand Citadel globally, with plans to grow in Asia and Europe. He's also increasing investments in technology infrastructure, ensuring Citadel remains a leader in both hedge fund management and financial market operations. Additionally, he's becoming more active in philanthropy and civic leadership, shaping his legacy beyond Wall Street. 3. Larry Fink. Why is Larry Fink ranked at number 3 among the world's biggest investors? Larry Fink is ranked third because he controls BlackRock, the largest asset management firm in the world, with over $10 trillion in assets under management. Unlike hedge fund managers or stock pickers, Fink's influence is global and systemic. His firm owns large stakes in thousands of companies, from tech giants to small businesses. However, he is ranked third, not first, because his investing style is passive and corporate-focused, making him powerful but not necessarily the highest return investor on the list. How did Larry Fink get started? Larry Fink started his career on Wall Street in the late 1970s, working at First Boston, where he was one of the pioneers in mortgage-backed securities trading. He initially rose fast but suffered a huge loss of $100 million in 1986 due to a wrong market bet. This failure taught him the importance of risk management. In 1988, Fink co-founded BlackRock, starting with just $5 million in seed money. His vision was to create a company that focused on institutional asset management and risk control, which was a new concept at the time. How did he become successful? Larry Fink became successful by building BlackRock into the world's most powerful financial firm through index funds, ETFs like iShares, and long-term asset management. He also developed Aladdin, BlackRock's proprietary risk management and investment software, which is now used by top financial institutions worldwide. Fink's focus on risk transparency, low fees, and global expansion allowed BlackRock to grow rapidly, especially after the 2008 financial crisis, when clients sought safer, data-driven investing. How does Larry Fink manage his money and investments? Fink manages BlackRock's investments through passive strategies, ETFs, and index funds, focusing on broad market exposure rather than individual stock picking. BlackRock also emphasizes environmental, social, and governance (ESG) investing, influencing corporate behavior worldwide. Personally, Fink is known for his conservative wealth management style, reinvesting in BlackRock's growth and supporting social causes. What lessons can you learn from Larry Fink? The key lesson from Larry Fink is the importance of managing risk, thinking long-term, and creating systems that scale. He teaches that building infrastructure, like BlackRock's Aladdin platform, can be just as powerful as picking the right stocks. What are his next moves? Fink's next moves include expanding BlackRock's global reach, pushing harder into sustainable investing, and using technology to stay ahead of market shifts. He is also focusing on influencing climate-related corporate policies, positioning BlackRock as a financial and social leader. 2. Ray Dalio. Why is Ray Dalio ranked at number 2 among the world's biggest investors? Ray Dalio earns the second spot because he built Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest hedge fund, managing over $124 billion. His strategies have shaped global macro investing and influenced governments, central banks, and large institutions. Unlike passive investors, Dalio actively analyzes world economies and bets on large-scale market trends, making him a top global financial thinker. How did Ray Dalio get started? Dalio began investing at age 12, buying shares of Northeast Airlines. He studied finance at Long Island University and Harvard Business School. In 1975, he founded Bridgewater from his small New York apartment, starting with personal clients and offering economic advice alongside investments. How did he become successful? Dalio became successful by developing unique strategies like Pure Alpha and the all-weather portfolio, which balance investments across different market conditions. He accurately predicted major financial crises, including the 2008 crash, boosting Bridgewater's reputation. How does Ray Dalio manage money? Dalio uses a macro investing approach, betting on interest rates, currencies, and global economic cycles. Bridgewater uses data-driven analysis and rigorous risk management to adjust to market changes. What lessons can you learn from him? Dalio teaches the importance of radical transparency, diversification, and understanding history to predict future trends. His book Principles shares life and business strategies. What are his next moves? Dalio stepped down from daily management, but focuses on philanthropy, writing, and advising on global economic risks, especially related to debt cycles and geopolitical conflicts. 1. Warren Buffett. Why is Warren Buffett ranked at number 1 among the world's biggest investors? Warren Buffett is ranked number 1 because he's not just the most famous investor, he's also the most successful long-term investor in history. As the chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, he controls over $900 billion in assets and has built a portfolio that includes some of the world's strongest companies. His reputation for honesty, patience, and consistency has made him the most trusted name in investing. How did Warren Buffett get started? Buffett started young. He bought his first stock at age 11. He studied under Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing, at Columbia University. In 1965, Buffett took control of Berkshire Hathaway, which he transformed from a textile company into a global investment powerhouse. How did he become successful? Buffett became successful by focusing on long-term investments in quality businesses with strong fundamentals. He invested in companies like Coca-Cola, Apple, and American Express, holding them for decades and letting compounding do the work. His disciplined approach avoided short-term trends. How does he manage his money? Buffett invests through Berkshire Hathaway, buying entire businesses or large stakes in public companies. He prefers simple, understandable businesses with strong leadership, solid profits, and a durable competitive edge. What lessons can you learn from him? Buffett teaches patience, discipline, and the power of compounding. He advises investing in what you understand and never letting emotions control your decisions. What are his next moves? At 94, Buffett focuses on succession planning and ensuring Berkshire Hathaway thrives beyond his leadership, while continuing to invest for the long term and give away much of his wealth to charity.